My business is Caliba, and I specialise in graphic design and marketing and branding. I try to increase businesses' awareness in the marketplace through visual branding to help them attract more clients. I actually started my business in 2002 as just a side project while I was working for a fashion company. I was sort of doing some freelance for them and for friends, family and that sort of stuff. And then when I had my daughter in 2010, I decided to take my business a bit more seriously, and that was sort of a kick up the butt that I needed to work for myself. So sort of probably in the last 3.5 years I've been working in my own business full time. I love working with people, I love helping people essentially. That's like the main part of my business. I help them through my skills as a designer to promote themselves, to, like marketing, things like that. Especially love working with women, and I like to empower them in their businesses to be successful. Well, a definite high from running my own business is actually seeing my work out in public. So I've done a few things like rebrands for businesses, and most recent thing I did was a sign for my town back in the country, which gets seen every day by hundreds of people, which I'm pretty impressed with. Also got the opportunity recently to do a whole rebranding exercise for all the point of sale for Scholl Author Heel, which is a international company. They do orthotics, footwear, and actually got a chance to rebrand their shoe boxes and swing tags, and so that's going to be in store probably in the next 6 to 12 months. So that's like exciting projects like that, which I'm really proud of. That's a high for me. Also being in working in fashion, I've got to do lots of tea prints, and I get a real buzz if I'm out in public and I see someone wearing a t-shirt that I've designed. That's probably another high. I think running my own business has lots of pros and cons. It's affected my life that I now have lots of flexibility. I can get up and decide whether I want to work that day or not. I can spend time with Scarlett, my daughter, and we can play all day if we want, or I just think it gives me more flexibility and time. Obviously there's a trade-off. If I'm really busy, I have to work more at night and things like that. Time away from my husband and things like that, from like sort of quality time. But basically, I highly recommend it. I like being my own boss. I like the independence that it gives me, and I want to be a role model too. Not everyone has to work for a company. You can actually be successful working for yourself. So. Scarlett's 3.5. There's lots of things. She loves reading, so I read her lots of books. We love going to the zoo. We used to go when the weather was better. We used to go to the zoo nearly every week, and not just Werribee Zoo, the Melbourne Zoo as well. She loves taking the dogs for a walk to the park, going on the swings, that sort of stuff. So we try and get out. When the weather's nice, we try and get out as much as we can. But she's just as happy to watch a movie on the couch in the afternoon, and we have a bit of a snuggle as well. So I like that. Like I said, I get to choose the times that I work. Most of my clients know that I have a child, and they're very flexible with the fact that my response time to them might not be immediate. Work is generally done within the 24-hour period, so there's no problem as long as you're upfront and honest with people about your arrangements. Then it actually works really fine to have that flexibility. So I prefer to work at night. That's when I actually think the best, and I'm more creative. So for me, it's actually perfect to spend time. During the day, I'd probably try and do more of the emailing and things like that, and then the real work, sort of anything creative and design-wise, gets done after hours, like at night time. After 10 o'clock, it's usually quite good, and midnight's my most creative, so it's pretty good. Well, when I'm not working, and that's a tough question. My passions are music. I love listening to music, dancing around the house, doing that sort of stuff. Catching up with friends, which I sort of rarely do nowadays. But I love watching movies. But I love movies and music, probably the best. If I had more flexibility in regards to money and stuff, I'd probably like to travel a bit more. But obviously having a toddler, you're a bit restricted sometimes in that. So, but look, I love going up to see my mum on the farm. That's actually one of the things I really love to do. So, and chilling out. So, yeah. I think it's quite easy to put yourself last, especially being like a female mother, in having your own business. You sort of are a bit down on the food chain when it comes to the time that you get. It's sort of family or business family on the same, and then I guess me time sort of comes a bit after everyone else is happy and serviced. So something probably I need to work on in the future. Oh, definitely, and to be honest, I was actually chatting with someone today in regards to having a bit more balance, and to be honest, it just comes down to time management. So I probably need to prioritise things a bit better in regards to what's most productive for me from a work sense. How what time do I need to spend with my family? What time do I need to spend on myself? And making sure that everyone's healthy and looked after. Even like things as simple as just finding an hour to do exercise is, it's sometimes a challenge. But the thing is, you need to do those things for yourself to be healthy, to manage to do everything else, like to manage to have you run your own business and to look after everyone. So it often gets overlooked, the fact that we don't probably put ourselves first, but we do need to sometimes prioritise those things for ourselves so we can have the energy to do everything else. Oh, definitely, and to be honest, I've been looking at outsourcing too. I really think there's massive benefit if you are finding that you can't handle everything. Outsourcing, it could be your accounts, it could be things like around your house, because I work from home. Sometimes I don't really feel like I've been in my office all day. I don't want to be cleaning. My husband does the cooking. It depends on what your partner's like too. I have a very domesticated partner, so my husband actually does a lot around the house, so I can't really complain in regards to cleaning and cooking and that sort of stuff. But I think, and also I've only got one child, it probably makes things a little bit easier. But definitely, I'm probably not at the point where I need to outsource just yet, but it definitely has been clicking on that I probably do once I get, a bit more busy, that there are definitely things that I can outsource, like things like, the accounts and that sort of stuff, which things I don't enjoy doing. I guess for me, where I lack time is definitely things like hobbies, and the me time stuff. Like I don't think I've read a book since I've had Scarlet in 3.5 years, and that's something I used to do a lot of beforehand. So I guess finding the time to do things, even to relax, probably need to look at that. But like I said before, it's probably a bit of time management as well, sort of making sure that when I'm actually probably analysing my time, where do I spend it, how can I be more effective in what I'm doing, and what's important to me, and what I need to incorporate every week, be it exercise, that sort of stuff, and things that I don't need to do, like probably a bit less social media, things like that probably could absorb too much time. So like I said, I was funny, I was having this conversation today that I want to start the dance classes in the 3rd term. So, and I think it starts in the 2nd week of July after school gets back. And I actually said to my husband, I said, when that happens, Scarlet will be better and everything. I want to start doing that. So I'm going to commit to doing that. I'm committing. I'm doing it. Okay, well, my future goals for my business essentially is to grow it. I would probably like to maybe in the next 12 months take on another person in a casual capacity, outsourcing, even an intern type of deal. Also, obviously, I'd like to strengthen the relationships I've got with my existing clients, and I guess, as everyone does, probably increase my turnover. Piece of advice I'd give to other mums who run a business or are struggling with motivation and confidence is basically you've got to remember why you chose to start the business for a start. It could have been motivated by family, like you're wanting to spend more time at home. It might have been that you were forced to start a business because you couldn't get back into the workforce, so you decided to do your own thing. It could have been driven by passion, but I just think you need to remember why you started and to never lose sight of your why, because the why is the most important thing when it comes to why you do what you do. And I guess that's probably the best piece of advice I could give. I think definitely you need to reevaluate your business every 6 to 12 months anyway, to make sure. Initially, you know where you're headed. Everyone started their business with their own dream or a goal in mind, and so sometimes after you've been on that road for a year, 2 years, even 5 years, you might want to reevaluate where you're actually headed. You might have decided that you were going one way, and now you've seen that you want to go another way. So it's totally fine to rebrand your business to be in line with your values and with your target market, because people change, businesses change, they evolve. It's probably better to rebrand and have a fresh outlook rather than try and slug the hard yards with your existing imagery that's not connecting with people. So definitely I find it of massive benefit to rebrand.